Okay, good evening, everyone, and we are pleased to have Joyce Cujak and Vanessa James will be asking her questions. Vanessa?
That's wonderful that you girls have come to see me in my new abode here at the Forest Villa I have just moved into because I'm 90 now. So you see, I've been in escrow a hector lot of time.
Well, Joyce, I have to ask the question I'm sure we are all asked, why escrow? How did you land up in escrow?
Well, I went into escrow when I was 16. I answered an ad that gals put in my mailbox and said, would you like to come and you can earn your degree in high school and graduate with your class in 1944. And by doing that, then that was during the Second World War. I thought that would be wonderful to do. So that's what I did. And I was still 20 when I became manager of that office. And I had 2 employees. Then after that, the 2 employees handled it, and I came back and forth from different branches. We had 32 branches, I believe.
What was the name of your company?
The name of the company was Los Angeles Escrow Company, and it had been in business since the 40s, early 40s.
Oh.
And we had wonderful business there in East Los Angeles at Whittier and Atlantic. I can't tell you, it was just 2 blocks from my home. I walked to work, I walked home. Everything was so convenient. And I just hated it when they finally closed that office because it wasn't making enough money to pay the 3 of us that were there. And I went over to other branches and worked those branches, and finally then I went to work for I've forgotten now what company it was.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and I'm sure in that day and age, and even now, it seems now that the escrow industry is primarily women. Was it that way back then, or what was the ratio between men and women?
It was permanently women.
Primarily?
Yeah, it really was. There were, at main offices, there were 2 or 3 men, and the owners were all men, because they were the ones that had the capital that got the places started. But every one of them was very nice.
And primarily women that work there.
I can't tell you. I don't remember that at all.
Okay. Well, what was it like to be a woman in that career in the 1960s? What was it like?
Well, I was 5'10" and a half, and I was a strong woman. And so with me, everybody respected me. I never had any bad feelings. I didn't have any bad times. I really, and when you're working with money, I think it also gives you a better hold on what's going to happen with your life too, because people respect people that can count money, can handle money, that don't try to take the money and and handle it with, instructions. We had instructions for everything, but the instructions were on one sheet of paper. It's not like today. I sold my house the other day, and I'll tell you, I must have signed and or initialed 80 pieces of paper.
At
It wasn't
least.
80, maybe it was only 70, but my goodness, I said, what are you doing to me? I can't read all this. But I went ahead and did what they wanted me to do because I wanted to get rid of the house. And man, we got rid of it. And we did it in less than 30 days. And here I expected to be in a 90-day escrow. That's what they told me in the beginning. And then all of a sudden, well, we gotta close it now, we gotta close it now. Well, we did, and
What are
I'm over here in this beautiful place in Anaheim, and I just, it's a building that's built so different than any other building. And it's built with all the requirements for safety, for things to go
Mhm.
right.
Right,
They don't want to have an earthquake.
right.
If they have an earthquake here, nothing's gonna move.
Well, it's a little different than a single family home.
Yeah.
What are some of the other differences that you've seen, being that you just sold your home and you were in escrow? What are some of the differences you've seen back then when you handled an escrow transaction to now, besides the 80 pieces of paper?
So different,
So different.
so different. There's no comparisons.
I'm
You
sh-
just,
I've heard that back then you had a typewriter with carbon paper, right?
well, you had to have paper too between holding on to the carbon paper. And
No
you could
computers.
do 3 or 4 sometimes
Mm-hmm.
if your white paper was thin
Oh,
and the carbon paper. But if you got any more than that, your typewriter wouldn't handle it.
right.
It could not go through all that. So usually you just had 2 sheets, and one of them was the original, and then the other one was a copy
Mm-hmm.
that had come up from having the carbon paper there. And sometimes you'd forget that you had used the carbon paper on about 5 things. Well, when you did that, you had spots where the carbon was all gone. And then you'd have little holes missing in the copy that you thought was going to be a full copy, so you couldn't do that. So that's when you wanted a copy machine.
Right.
And finally they came up with a copy machine.
So how long were you working in escrow before you became president? You were president of the escrow association, right? First.
Oh, well, I started in escrow in 1943. And
And the
I
California.
didn't feel that there was, any closeness except about people that lived right in your area within blocks of you. And then I realized later on when I was transferred to a couple of outside branches for relief of a manager that might go on vacation, that shoot, here you are doing all these things and nobody's doing it all alike. So why don't we just get together and do something? So we kind of looked at it, but didn't do anything. And then I was transferred to Arcadia office of Home Savings and Loan, and there, next 2 doors down, was a young fellow that he said, why don't we go to the California Escrow Association meetings that they have in downtown Los Angeles? So, the two of us did go. There were no freeways. We drove right there, and each one of us had to drive our own car because one went one way and one went the other when we got out of there. But we learned a lot, and we learned that the people in our area needed help. So we decided we were gonna be it. And that's how we got started talking about starting Escrow Associates.
So when the California Escrow Association became Los Angeles Escrow Association, and the Escrow Associates formed, who was the first president?
The first president was Dean Osmondson. He is the one that had worked with me to get this all taken together. I did most of the gathering of the information, but because we made more loans than they did, they were a bank and we were a savings and loan. And so I just, did as much as I could do to make this a thing that would work. We wanted to work it because there were so many other little ones around, and we did okay. It became a nice big association, and it was above the hundreds for so long. It was a pride that we that had started it could look at and think about, and we cherished it very much.
And it still is above 100. We're up there.
Yeah.
We're one of the bigger associations in the California Escrow Association. So you were the second president then, right?
I was, yes.
Awesome. So glad you're here with us today. So back then, were there more independent independent escrow offices than title company escrow divisions? Or you mentioned savings and loans
Mostly independent escrow company offices.
back then?
Yeah.
Okay. And what were some of the challenges that you faced in your presidency? What were some of the challenges that you...
Well, I had challenges all the way that, because of working for the largest savings and loan, home savings, we always had, because everybody wanted the biggest loan. And if they wanted the biggest loan and you cut them back $500 or $1,000, that was not something that they would like. And so you try to work it out. You have little things like that needed to be worked on. And one day we were robbed.
Oh,
And we had a couple, man and a woman, walked in the front door, and they had a gun. And my office was kind of around the corner in just a set-in place, not closed in. And when they ran out with $3,500, I went out. Nobody else would, because they had shooed people into my office. I knew what was going on, and I went outside, and there was a fellow up on a telephone pole, and he watched the whole thing.
oh wow.
And he said, "There they go." And he gave me the license plate number and everything, so I gave that to the police.
Did they catch the guy? The couple?
2 days later, they caught him in the same clothes they had on when they were here in our office. And it seemed impossible that they would, revert back to that, but they did.
Mm-hmm.
And they had shooed a little old lady from across across the street, Bank of America, she had just closed an $8,000 account and was bringing the money to us. We didn't get it. She walked right straight across and gave it back to him. And we never saw her again. Scared her to death. She was so shaky.
So your escrow office or your escrow, independent escrow company was within a savings and loan,
Yeah,
but it was separate, just within the company?
yes, it was.
I see. Okay. Well, that's certainly a scary episode. But what's one of your favorite memories that you had with the escrow association?
Oh,
Anything that you
I
loved
really
about?
haven't any favorite, I'm sorry to say.
Well, anything that you loved being part of the escrow association? Anything you took away from it that you loved being part of it, starting it? Any special memories?
No, really not. No.
Nothing?
I'm sorry, I just can't think of anything.
No,
You know?
that's okay.
There
Sometimes.
are times you get speechless.
Well, when did you retire?
Oh, when did I retire from work?
From being in the escrow profession.
Oh, well, I went back to the escrow profession. It was my last big job down in Orange County. We had 20-some offices for Connor and Associates. And it was very, very,
Sean Connor?
Chuck.
Chuck Connor.
Chuck Connor.
He used to be in, his father had the escrow company before he did. And it was just one of those things that I retired from there. And I can't tell you the year because I closed down this and I closed down that in his, business and so forth. But I should find out. I just don't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We can look it up. So one last question. We want to know, what did you hope would be your legacy? Being that you were one of the founding members of the Escrow Association, you gave so much, you were a part of it for so long. What did you hope to leave?
Well, I think I just like to lead something every year that I have been in escrow. I like going to the meetings. I think that's something that everybody must do. They must go to the meetings. They must learn and find out, get questions. And don't stop a meeting before you have all the questions answered. You must keep all these things going round and round so that the minds of every one of these escrow people retains everything they learned at every meeting, or that they learn in talking with other escrow people. And if it's something you're unsure of, find out. Make sure that you don't practice it until you know that it is correct.
That makes me think we have professional designations, and I believe you have one yourself.
Yes.
Yes, that's a certified escrow officer, correct?
Certified senior escrow officer.
Senior escrow officer,
Yes,
all right.
Yes,
Do
I'm
you-
sorry.
Do you remember when the professional designation started? How far back that was?
No, I'm sorry, no.
But why was it started? Why did it get started?
Well, because we had one, designation, and this, a real senior escrow officer or a manager of an office that really had the background said, well, I think that mine should be bigger and better. And so we figured out what we should do and came up with the right letters.
Well, we're certainly glad you did. That
Well,
keeps
Joyce,
people.
I'd like to thank you for taking the time with us today to give us a little bit of history and for helping to form the California Escrow Association and the Escrow Associates of San Gabriel Valley. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. It was a pleasure working with everybody for all those years. And it's accomplished something that not everybody is capable of doing. And I had enough good help with it. And I appreciate your thanking me. And thank you for coming to my new home. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.